I'm your host, Ryan Alexander Holmes.
And I'm Chad Maxwell. I'm
Also a host.
I'm also a host.
And then our guest is...
Daunté Cardova. I'm not a host.
Nice.
He is not a host.
No.
He's a leech.
But look.
You're at a function full of white people.
Yeah, okay.
Did you say function for us? Did you say that?
Did you say function as like it's black vernacular?
Is that? I thought it was a white thing. I thought it was like,
No,
Function
oh,
is definitely black.
The PTA is organized a function to fundraise for...
No.
Really? It's a black thing?
no,
I didn't know
they
the
don't
word
say
function was a black thing.
That's one thing I loved about as I've gotten older, like being in my 30s, is like I code switch less and less hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I think when I was younger too, especially towards black people, I thought that it had to meet maybe the early 2000s version of being black.
I know exactly what
You know what I mean? Which is, it's different
That's
now.
like Ja Rule.
Yeah, Ja Rule, because like that was popular at the time. But now that we have
50 Cent.
Steve Lacy's and Tyler the Creator's, like
there's more blending.
it's a more blending, so I don't have to switch that hard to a level of being black. Like I see Tyler the Creator, I see Steve Lacy as a guy who wears crop tops and heels, who is also very black.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like
So you're saying there's more diversity in how black people are represented, so you don't have to code
Exactly.
switch
in the
as hard.
mainstream.
Yeah.
And social, I think social
Yeah.
media blended a lot of things together.
yeah.
True. Lil Nas.
Yeah,
Well,
and when I say crop top and heels, I'm not even saying that like black people aren't allowed to do that. I'm saying that in like a rock star way, you know, because like you could see a white rock star wear crop tops
yeah.
and heels, and
Dude.
it'd still just be a rock thing. And like if a
Rock and roll is
Yeah.
honestly like the gayest thing ever.
that is the gayest a
that's
white
the-
man's allowed to be.
Yeah, that's the only time straight people can do drag.
Is if you're a rock star.
Is if you're a rock star. That's the
Yeah.
only time they feel comfortable enough to do it. They're like, no, we're Kiss. I'm Gene Simmons. By the way.
Kiss is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I used to listen to Kiss. I didn't know what they looked like.
yeah.
I had no idea. Because
there's-
like listening to their music and then seeing them was a completely different experience for me.
Yeah, I want someone to look like Kiss, but makes music like Jason Mraz. And you go to a coffee shop to watch their concert, and they're just in the full getup.
That's so funny.
Like, because I played football. I was a jock like most of my life. Mm-hmm. Like the way that you had to carry yourself, and I think it varied by sport too. The way you had to carry yourself in the locker room, the football team, basketball team, track team is very, even those sports are different, but there's like a certain masculinity that you have to present. Or you
For
feel like
each
you
one?
have to.
Yeah.
Well, for each one, I think the most extreme is football, right?
Yeah, football is
Yeah.
the most masculine,
Yeah.
and then running be the most feminine because you're wearing those little shorts.
Yeah.
did
And then
right.
wrestling is in
Compression tights.
between, because it's very masculine, but you're also touching each other.
You're wearing those little shorts.
Rubbing
And you're
on
wearing
each
those little
other,
shorts.
pinning each other down,
Yeah.
and you're all sweaty and stuff.
Dude, as comfortable as I am with my femininity, like I'd wear a crop top before I ever wrestle a man.
Really?
Yeah, that to me is as masculine as it is gay.
Yeah.
Which I mean in like the
And
sweetest
what
way.
is just like too confusing?
It's gaily masculine.
Like people think I'm gay, but like I would not wrestle. It's way too intimate for a man for me.
well, you know what it is too? Is
This
like,
level of knee touching, I'm so cool with. But I would never grapple you guys and slam you down.
like people always associate femininity with being gay.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
wrestling is so gay, but it's so macho.
That's true. It's not feminine.
When I go to the barber shop, I leave my politics at the door like it's Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
I don't say anything. Dude, last time I got a haircut, I was like, man, it's crazy, crazy times. It's October, it's still hot. And he's like, you believe in global warming? And I'm like, I don't really.
I don't really want to.
Yeah. And then,
Go
dude,
into
so
that.
this was. Dude, and then last year, Diddy came up and he's like, well, why would you keep going over there? I was like, oh, you know what, man, I think we're
Oh
good.
my god.
I just
the
wanted to
victim
say.
blaming and the victim shaming.
Yeah, so
Oh man.
there was so much there. But my hair looked incredible,
Yeah.
So then I was like, maybe global warming is a hoax,
Wait, watch out.
Oh, sorry.
Wait.
I feel like code switching is such an intersectional thing.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because
Yeah.
like I code switch when I'm hanging out with CJ and her girlfriends. Mm-hmm. And I code switch with my guy friends, and I code switch with my white guy friends and my non-white guy friends, and like when I'm at work and when I'm not at work. Back when I was working like at a
Yeah.
school, there's so many different Like, is that even code switching?
Well, I think,
or is that just like a different personality?
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like appropriation and code switching, and how like appropriation started with like, you know, don't come into the black community and take our culture from us and not compensate us and not tell us, or not tell people where the source is from. So is that the same with code switching? Cause
stop making money off of black people's dance moves in Fortnite.
Exactly. Code switching to me can sort of like runs parallel to that of like black people entering in white spaces, and they have to change. They have to change their hair. They have to change the way that they speak in order to get the job, or even change their names.
Oh yeah.
To get, you know, like to get the value exchange that they're worth. You know, they have to. We have to change who we are.
Yeah, because professionality is associated with like being hella white or being like hella Singaporean.
Is that supposed to be the norm?
I feel like in this country at least.
Yeah, in this country.
I think the way we use code switch, which maybe it needs like its own distinction, is like a racial code switch. But what you're saying is true too. I get that so much because like if I'm like around like when I have a partner, like around my partner, the way I act towards them. I'm talking about a girl, by the way. The way that I act towards them is like very soft and feminine, you know. And like I will like bro her up every once in a while, but it is very like, you know,
bro her up, dog.
Bro up, yo, dog. You know, because
I know
she's the bro. Your girl is kind of the bro.
Yeah,
you know,
because that's your friend. That's like
that is the bro. It's also crazy too to think about like my best friend's a girl. Yeah. You know, like
ew.
Yeah.
Right, dude. Just fucking.
You know, that's kind of the if you think about it, like those memes where like guys get caught like talking all mushy to their girlfriend. Yeah. Like that's a version of getting caught code switching.
That's code switching for sure.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also don't want it to feel like. Because otherwise you get like a white person coming in like, no guys, I understand it. I code switch too. You know, like I do think like I think racial code switching is kind of like what we're talking about mostly.
You have to categorize it.
Yeah, because there is a lot of there's like gender based like code switching. There's racial code switching.
There's sexual orientation.
Sexual orientation code switching. I'm a lot gayer with my gay friends.
For sure, dude. I'm just having sex with them. You know. It's like I'm in their space. I just want to respect the rules. You guys are.
I gotta do it like with that. When I'm in their space.
It's just fair.
That's what you do.
Yeah, me and my gay friend's secret handshake is. Let's just say it's elaborate.
First, we get butt naked.
There's a lot of.
No, it's a handshake. It's a handshake.
There's a lot of body.
It's a handshake. Yeah. But I gotta get butt naked first.
I get it. I think that's a good way to kind of like divvy up the conversation in a way. Is like what
isn't code switching like?
Yeah,
the way you act everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Is something, and then of course racial code switching is for safety. But it's like, how much is that for safety, or just how you switch when you are in a new place?
Now, what's your method for code switching? Do you do Meisner or Stanislavski?
Or Uta Hagen?
Yeah.
Hey,
what's your method?
Yeah.
but
that's really interesting though.
Yeah.
Even though it's a joke, it's like a lot of my peers told me back then, like, "Oh, you're not really black because you don't act black." Yeah. So it's like a juggle of trying to.
And then you're like secretly, I'm code switching. That's why.
Yeah, trying to be black, that version of black. But it's crazy, right? I mean, tell me if you experienced this too, Daunté. Yeah. Like, there is how you normally are, in which I like to skateboard. I like to wear skateboard shoes. And you have my white or non-black peers telling me, like, that's not black. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, what is black? So then I look at BET and I'm looking at Ja Rule and Nelly.
I was having this conversation.
But that's not the blackness that really is a part of me.
Yeah. I was having this conversation with my white friend the other day. When I think about all the times I've been called not a real black person, at least in my experience, it's been by white people.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's very true. That's very true.
Right? Because I feel like black people know that I'm so black.
Yeah.
They were just more comment on the way I present masculinity.
Yeah.
They were never saying like, "Oh, you're not a real black person." They just be like, "Oh, you're a bitch," or you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I had a few maybe older uncles and shit saying like skateboarding is like a white thing.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting too. Then. Like so.
Did you have black people saying you weren't black? I feel
no, they weren't saying that I wasn't black, but they'd be like, "Why do you talk like that? Why do you say radical?
Yeah.
Why do you
Radical,
say
dude.
Yeah. Why do you say dude all the time?
Cowabunga, yeah.
But that's that's so interesting because that's the intersection of masculinity, femininity, and that being so tied into the blackness, like the hyper masculinity.
That's true. I mean, I do see being white as being gayer.
Yeah.
Well,
and then we
gayer
see
or more free.
Asian
Gayer,
as being even gayer.
but gayer are more free
Because
that's
because
effeminate.
if you-
That's effeminate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, but that's what I'm
projected
saying.
onto them.
That's what I'm saying. That's where gayness and femininity like feel like people just assume they're kind of in the same category when they're not. When they're not at all. Like Todd Glass, like he's gay, but all
Todd Glass is gay?
Yeah, he's gay.
Whoa.
The comedian.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
comedian
no
Todd
way.
Glass. Shout out to Todd Glass. I work with him. He's awesome. He's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's great.
But yeah, no, he's gay, but he does not come off like gay presenting because he's very like
presenting is a
Philly
funny
dude
term.
masculine. That like honestly meeting him and working closely with him, like I kind of realized like I was like, oh yeah, like gayness and femininity aren't necessarily aligned.
Yeah.
Like they're not the same thing, obviously, but like it was just kind of that obvious realization where I was like, oh yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, of course not. Like,
Because I didn't know.
yeah, a lot of people are shocked to find that, oh, he's gay?
I think black maleness has been so attached to this really hyper masculine version of masculinity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really has. And
It's like a prison.
it's a prison, dude. It's a prison. The patriarchy affects everybody. But there's like a whole nother conversation saying that like the reason why black men are so hyper masculine is because they had to be strong to, maybe survive. Whatever.
Of course.
And then that is why when you see like a white person on the street, you try to look like non-threatening, Because being masculine is like being big or whatever. So.
Do you feel that? I feel that.
No, but like, were there any moments in your childhood where like you're like it kind of like dawned on you, or just like even looking back, where you're just like, oh shit, like I am like distinctly code switching between these two like groups of like
Oh, for sure.
friends
so, like,
or whatever.
Yeah, and I'd say the reason why maybe skateboarding wasn't seen as like that weird to me as like a certain racial thing is because I'm from San Diego. Like I'm from Southern California, so like I'd visit my mom who lived in like Oklahoma, which it is the Midwest, and they had like very black neighborhoods, which like San Diego doesn't really have. And like, I mean, there's pockets of it, but it's like even further away from like any surfing or sort of skateboarding culture. So like the reason why skateboarding got big is also like the barrier to entry, like
Oh, yeah, it's
a skateboard's like $90.
Bro, you
Yeah.
have to buy the
Snowboard,
board and the
ski
trucks
pass?
and the bearings and the wheels and the shoes.
No, I mean, that's why I think
It's like $100. A basketball like $10.
That's true.
If you want to be good at golf, how much is a fucking
There is a barrier.
Set.
I didn't think
Yeah.
about that.
So like skateboarding is like such a street coded thing that is like, no, it is black. The way I saw it, I was like, no, that's all we had.
Yeah.
We were still like pretty poor, and stairs were everywhere. It's like, yeah, dude, $100, I could skateboard.
You could, it's $100 to enter, but like you could do it anywhere. It's
Anywhere.
not like tennis or golf where you have to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to go to the
pay
court.
to go to the court or pay to go to the golf course.
I mean, that's why I feel like people associate whiteness with like biking and mountain biking a lot. Is because like the barrier to entry is
That's
like
your favorite sport, bro.
$1,400.
Oh,
Have you
yeah,
looked
you
at
get
the
the
price of a
bike.
bike, dude?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God.
Just the
insane.
wheel.
Just for a starter bike is like $1,400.
Dude,
Like,
you saw
it's
my
insane.
bike.
Yeah.
Do you know how much that cost?
A brand deal?
No. Well, yeah, basically. It's $3,500.
Dude, that's insane.
For one, yeah, exactly.
but
It's a car. That's a car. But this is interesting because code switching also has a barrier to entry, to a certain extent.
It does.
Because you have
like
to.
how Michael Jackson had those surgeries?
That's a different kind.
Yeah.
That's a
No, I have a cousin
physical
who could do
code
that for
switch.
free.
But like being in an environment
That's
where
a permanent code switch.
being in an environment where you're like in a school district that's well funded
Yes.
Yeah. To learn how
with
to do
high
that.
property taxes.
Yeah.
To know how to speak that way or even know that you can speak that way.
Yeah.
Because some of my black friends can't code switch.
Yeah.
No, that is so true.
And some of them don't want to, but some of them can't.
Yeah, some don't want to, which I actually, whatever, do what you need to do. Like,
Yeah,
I agree.
and I
with.
respect that.
I respect that. I do have black friends who could not.
Yeah.
Wait, is it
absolutely
like
can't.
when you say can't? Because this is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So when you say cannot, do you mean like they try but fail, and then like it's like to the point where they're like, "Oh, howdy, stranger."
I get what you mean.
And then you're just like, "Wow, that's actually like." I've never felt offended on behalf of white people. Like it was like to that point where it's like that egregious.
Yeah. They just don't try, and maybe they haven't been around those people enough to even do it in that kind of.
Oh, so they just don't even
setting.
bother.
They don't bother.
They don't
that's
bother.
awesome.
They wouldn't even fathom the idea that they maybe had to.
Yeah.
They can't help but be themselves. It wouldn't work if they tried. Yeah, just like no from like any angle.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
just-
interesting because I feel like that kind of helps discern.
They
the
more
difference.
don't want to than they
Yeah.
try.
Okay, no, that makes sense. But I feel like that helps discern the difference between code switching and just like wearing a different face for different social situations.
Because the code switch you have to be able to blend in.
Yeah.
And if you can't, then that's not that's not effective code switching. It's not code switching because
okay, that makes sense.
because like the code switch has to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't. The people that you're code switching for can't perceive that because that defeats
Yeah.
the purpose if they can.
That makes sense. You know what's funny? I would like reverse code switch.
How do you reverse code switch?
So
oh wait. Okay.
So growing up, I had two groups of friends. I had my like American friends from school, and with like the neighborhood ladies that my mom was friends with, and then I had my Taekwondo friends who are all Korean,
Yep.
and all the moms were Korean.
Yeah.
So in those different groups, I would low key like reverse code switch. Which sounds counterintuitive, but it low-key makes sense because around my white friends, I was the Asian guy.
Oh, so you leaned into that.
So I would lean into being more
it.
Asian.
Okay.
And then when I was with my Korean friends, I would lead into my American side because they saw me as more white.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of how I kind of navigated those two social spaces. Like, oh, Chad's hilarious. Like in the Korean friend group, like, oh, Chad's hilarious because he's like doing the whole like brash American thing, and then Chad, and then my American friend group be like, oh, Chad's hilarious because he's doing like the Asian thing, which is just my way of not getting bullied for being Asian. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the Asian thing better. So when they do the Asian accent, they're like, nah, shut up. Chad does it better. Right?
He's the better Asian than
He's
you.
better at doing the Asian accent than your white ass. So like let him do it. Yeah. So it was kind of it was weird. I would like reverse code switch in a way.
As a comedian, stand-up comedian, do you code switch depending on the audience that you perform in front of?
Interesting. Do you have different sets?
As a comedian, I want to be like, no, I'm myself 100%. But starting off like you're just bad. And then starting off doing comedy,
period, just
comedy, you're just bad.
Doesn't matter who the audience
And
is.
then there was like a little bit, because when you start off, you're just trying to figure out what to say,
Yeah.
And like same, like I did have like a lot of white friends, and like in the early 2000s, it was like, oh, Danté's the black guy of the group, he's the black. So
yeah, I can relate.
I was doing, which I hate to say, like a little bit of like, kind of making like easy sort of black jokes.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And like,
That's the
which
temptation.
even like they'll critique Asian comics for like doing an accent of their parents. So I was gonna be doing the equivalent of that for white audiences.
That makes sense.
And a little black comic called me out on it. So I kind of stopped.
But
doing
but you appreciate that.
I felt weird about it.
So it wasn't with love.
Now I feel the way you called me out was very.
Oh yeah.
Like you got spanked. Yeah.
It was very heavy the way he did it,
Okay.
which I will comment on. But now I understand it more, and I also defend myself more. Mm-hmm. At the time, I was really confused about it. A few years later, like Trump was getting big and everything, and I kind of understood what he was saying. So
what the guy who critiqued you was saying.
But then he came out as a Trump supporter, and then it confused you even more, or
which wouldn't be a surprising heel turn, All of our black leaders are surprisingly Trump supporters now. But just to say it real quick, I was like maybe at a different club, and I was doing a joke about like my sisters. That there's this thing about black people not being able to swim. Have you ever heard about that? Yeah. So my sisters, they would visit with my dad on the weekends, and their mom had just gotten their hair done, which is like an elaborate process, black people know. And if you get your hair wet, that kind of fucks everything up, right?
Yeah.
So my dad would always get them on the weekends when it's like the time to swim in the summer, and my sisters were never allowed to get in the pool, so they didn't know how to swim. Which is like the blackest reason to not know how to swim, because you weren't allowed to get your hair wet. right?
But
So I was making a joke about that, which is a very true thing to me, which is like, well, I defend it now because it's like, I wasn't trying to play into stereotypes.
Yeah.
I was just like acknowledging what is whatever, you know.
Yeah.
You're saying it just happened. It was coincidentally.
I just don't want to get my hair wet because like
Yeah.
it takes the process of straightening it. And,
it was coincidentally playing into the stereotype.
Yeah, which is just like,
which is funny.
It's a true summer. Just like we like had a pool in this complex, and like by the end of the summer, everybody could swim, except for my sisters who just conveniently had just gotten a fresh hair do every time it was pool day, you know.
Yeah.
So I made that joke and a few other black jokes, and he goes up and he's like, "What are you doing up here? You tap dancing? You know, you shucking and driving?" Which is like, very. That's the within the black community, calling another black person a sellout is like the black,
like Uncle Tom.
Yeah, that's
like
the N-word for us.
Basically.
Within our community,
that is the
calling
N-word.
somebody a coon, that's
like,
the
N-word for us.
That's
the interracial
N-word.
Intra-racial.
Within the community,
It's like the way the N-word used to be, like that's how we say it. Saying that you're worse than black, like you sold us out.
Coon is the intra-racial.
To make it, you know what I mean? And
N-word.
like,
yes.
I disagree with what he said. I am glad he told me that so long ago.
But it's just an awareness because there is a deep history as to why black people can't
which
swim.
which I didn't know at the time, dude. Like I started doing comedy so young.
Yeah,
I was 21 at the time. So
but what you said wasn't wrong either.
Exactly. So knowing that now as a comedian, it's also
just,
like
It was just I feel like black people, we feel like we have to protect ourselves so much. From ourselves who are attacking our own blackness, our collective
You know what's
blackness.
funny? I feel like in the Asian community, it's the opposite. Like that old like black guy, if he was Asian and I was doing like Asian jokes like that, I feel like that Asian guy would go up and be like, "Keep it up. You're gonna make a lot of money."
Good job.
Yeah, which is
It kind of is.
Oh,
it kind of is.
Very good.
But
I like it.
they just. But I think.
I like it.
But here's the thing. I think that the
it is funny though.
Asians have changed so much since in the past few years because we've gotten so much more notoriety. And visibility. And so now we're like we're focusing on the quality of the representation. Back then it was like just
anything.
get in there, just
anything.
You made those white people laugh.
Dude,
keep making them laugh.
Suck at these Chinese nuts every single day.
Suck at these Chinese nuts.
The Hangover every
Tootsie
single
roll,
day.
Or chicken, chopped
Yeah. Shitty chicken, shitty.
Shitty chicken, shitty beef.
Yeah, because we Asians are a little bit behind on. Like you guys just got up there. I remember in the 90s, everybody was Asian. Everybody was Chinese, dude.
That was it.
Remember that?
That was it.
Everyone was Chinese.
Only Chinese. That's the only option. That's the only option.
No, I love that King of the Hill joke where like Hank Hill goes up to like the new like Asian neighbors and he's like, "Are you Chinese or Japanese?" And he's like, "I'm from Laos." And he's like, "Is that Chinese or Japanese?"
Oh, there's so many more.
It's so good,
There was a point in time too where like I was code switching for black people, and I was thinking like, oh, I gotta do some extra black shit, you know?
Yeah.
Which also like you think of it that way. After perform a certain way for black people is also boxing ourselves in, thinking that like there's a weird black person that they've met before, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have to be this stereotype. Like black people have a range of people too.
Yeah, exactly.
And we know that within ourselves. So it's like
true.
I was maybe not around enough black people to know that like, oh no, they probably do know a black person who's similar to me, and they don't reject me as a black person. You know?
Yeah. I feel like in Asian spaces especially, it's kind of like, okay, we get it, like. Everyone did piano and violin and took like SAT classes and all that.
That's a common joke.
It's like, okay, you could skip the origin story.
Yeah. Oh, my parents were mean and they made me study. And
just do the Tom Holland Spider-Man. We don't need to see the freaking first movies of the other two.
That's a challenge to tell your story in a way that's universal and not sort of kowtow out to blackness or what you think that is or whiteness or what you think that is.
Which is like something that like I don't think white comics ever have to deal with. At all, you know, which is why I think black comics are better. But it's like I don't think a white person's ever like before this said like, I wonder if this is gonna be good for my people. You know? Is it, are they gonna get this?
I think the goated white comedian, is the one that can crush in, not just any room, but a black room. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? In America, you know.
Yeah, that's what I want to say too. I don't think white comics ever were under like.
They don't have to go through what you go through.
Is this gonna work in the black room?
Exactly.
Also, do they care? I care.
Yeah.
I want to do one.
Well, they don't have to be in a black room.
Exactly.
But they don't probably want to be in a black room.
I want to live in a black room. It's important to me to be in a black room. In a white room. In all rooms. But as a black person, because of what black people have obviously been through and shit, it's important to me that I do well in front of black people. And I don't think white people ever say, "Oh, it's important that I want to do well in front of black people."
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
Or do they have to care?
I don't think they have to care.
Yeah, but I see some comics who are like so critiquey on people's material, and I'm like, yeah, but can you crush in a black room? I don't respect you. Can you crush in a black room?
Can you crush in a black room though?
That's the litmus test.
Can you crush in a black room though?
You can be a white comic and in a black room and do well. I think it's just authenticity. Like they want to see you be yourself.
Exactly.
And that's why when I was younger and I was trying to be a certain way for a black room, they're like, don't do that, dude. Just do whatever you do.
Wait. Okay, I have a theory. I'm going to posit a theory. Do you think a lot of white people don't do well in black rooms because it's their first time code switching ever?
Well, why do they have to code switch?
No, because they just feel the need to.
You know what
and they don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've never
but
felt
you know what that is?
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's actually true.
That's true. But you know what that is? It's just not seeing black people as human. That's what that is.
I feel like I feel like that's one part of the spectrum. The other side is just being so unfamiliar and just like earnestly like not being exposed to black culture.
I think that is also not seeing black people as human.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I can see that.
That's it. I'm not saying
that's true.
Because I'm not saying that
you're not seeing the humanity behind it, so you don't think it's worth your time.
That not seeing black people as human is the end of the spectrum.
I see.
I'm saying that that's like a lot.
It encapsulates
that's a lot of the spectrum. I think I think it might encapsulate the whole
not
spectrum.
seeing black people as human in the sense that you're a white comic going up and they're going to be like we've seen white people before, dude, you know? Like,
just tell you a person, you probably laugh.
Yeah, like, dude, we watch fucking Tom Cruise. Like, I've seen this before, right? You're on all of the TV shows. Yeah. I can watch a white set and enjoy it.
But then to know black culture, that's a whole nother step.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like Ralphie May or Gary Owen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Where people are like, like a lot of it is just like, damn, this white dude knows so much about us. Mm-hmm. We don't only feel like we're human to him. We feel like, you know, we're all one together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You know? And is that code switching? It is. That's code switching.
What Gary Owen's doing?
At the highest degree.
Yeah, he's the best at it.
But he lives it.
He's in black spaces. I think he had a black wife,
he has a black wife and black kids. He's in it. He's living it, you know?
Yeah, valid. Shout out Gary Owen.
I wonder if he did that to have a comedy career. He's like, fuck it.
That's definitely what he did. Are you
what happened? Yeah. Someone came up, he was being super critical about someone's set, and then some black comic came up to him and was like, yeah, but can you crush your black faces up? And then when he got married to a black woman,
he's like,
family, he's like,
you know what? I took that personally. I married a black woman, had black kids, and now I'm crushing.
Yeah, I think this is where we've kind of discovered the difference between like code switching and just like putting on a different face.
Yeah,
with a certain group of friends.
Yeah.
Or a certain group of family members.
Like capping to fit in. What's fitting in and belonging?
Well, I mean, my friend made this skit called when you accidentally use type A humor with your type C friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's so insane. Like, it's him going, and like the friends are like, the fuck? And he's like, oh, fuck. Like, it's so stupid. But, like, I feel like there's a lot of that just across the spectrum. Then I feel like code switching is, like, a very specific version of that. That is more about, like, trying to... Because it all has to do with trying to belong.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the racial one is different.
Yeah.
But I have done the wrong jokes to the wrong friends.
Uh-huh.
You know? Like, I'd say it goes, like, group chat, anything goes, right? The boys group chat.
Boys group chat's crazy.
Anything goes. That's like...
It's like the wilderness in RuneScape.
Yeah. The boys group chat is like your id, almost, you know? It's like worse
your
than...
id.
I think the boys group chat is also worse than hanging out with the boys in real life. I feel like I'd say more in the group chat.
Yeah, we had to move our boys group chat to Signal.
Yeah.
Because it's better
to
encrypted.
Protect it. Yeah, to encrypt it so you don't go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I had
Which
to leave.
thumbprints in.
Bro, I had to leave a group chat. I had to leave a group chat because they're going crazy in there.
We're not being that bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
all right.
I have 4 guys and we just make...
Just so un-PC.
I'm just saying, we'll call somebody fat every once in a while. You know, stuff like that. You know, then too
How
crazy.
dare you? Yeah.
Some people are fat, and it's like... Yeah. Which is not... I don't have an opinion on. You know what I mean?
I mean, some people are fat. They're fat people, and then they're not fat people.
I've never done that before.
Which is like, I have no opinion on, but if you want to find out, join the boys group chat. But
I don't even make fun of fat people. I just worry about them. I'm just like, you're going to die. Thanks for watching. This is Daunté Cardova. He's our
Very
first
talented comedian.
First guest. Also, you want to plug anything?
Yeah.
Nothing time sensitive because I don't know when this episode's going to come out.
Yeah, you can watch my special on YouTube. Watch my special on YouTube. It's called Meet Me Out Back.
And what's your YouTube channel?
Daunté Cardova, I believe. No, it's Don Tizzle. Google me. I'm easy to find.
I'll put it up. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere, so that way you don't have
Instagram Daunté forever and ever.
And ever.
And ever.
And ever.
I'm your host.
Oh, Ryan Alexander Holmes.
No, you're supposed to say your name.
Oh.
I'm your host.
Chad Maxwell. And I'm your host.
Ryan Alexander.
Are we really making that a thing? I feel like we've only done that
No, we
once.
don't have to make it a thing.
Okay,
I just wanted to do it.
Cute. It's cute.
I just want to do it. And then you say,
yeah, these are your hosts.
Yeah, so you could follow us at the Mixed Message Pod on all platforms.
It is called the Mixed Message.
Yeah, the Mixed Message.
I thought it was a pun.
Oh, no.
Because we're doing like a race episode.
No.
It's the Mixed Message because you're also mixed, but like
And
we
you guys
also
are
talk
mixed.
about mixed things.
We like to have people on that different
Cultural things.
perspectives.
Just different perspectives.
Yeah, like our next episode, we're going to have a former member of the clan.